Good morning, everyone. Thank you for getting on the call, Tina. It's good seeing you, Peggy. We had a great event on Friday, and Paul, did a phenomenal job with people sharing their stories. It's very powerful to hear people's stories, because sometimes we get caught up with just the day-to-day grind of just real estate, and we forget about people's stories, or we don't get to know them in a deeper level. And it made me really think about that. And I saw someone post on their IG feed that their father passed away in high school, right? And she had to do three jobs. Her mom wasn't working at that time because she was taking care of the kids at home. And I never knew that about this person, and and it made me think about like why are am I not able to connect? What is it? And but people have a front. Not everyone's like a high eye where we just share everything right away, right? There's different personalities, and you have to be more intentional. Some people have they're more of a one-on-one conversation person, right? So sometimes I forget that as a leader. So all right, let's share my screen. Get our screen going. Slides. Every Monday, as you guys know, we have our We Huddle call, where we're here to share wins. Our purpose and our mission hasn't changed. We're growing, we're creating wealth, community legacy. The vision is to be 10,000 partners, but really intentionally sharing stories. I think another thing I'm going to add to our vision is, this group is sharing stories together and sharing our life. And, you know, this Sunday at church, was listening to the sermon, and just about the stories, that we hear, and then, really dissecting it a little bit deeper, versus just the surface. And that really, I've heard this story a lot, and this Sunday it really resonated with me. So, anyways, Friday was busy from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to midnight, pretty much. Actually, after midnight, I was nonstop. Um, we had our coffee in the event in the morning. Then we went to Paul's event to support him and Mary and the rest of the group there. And afterwards, we had karaoke with Peggy and Peter, and celebrating that. And then, of course, I met Peter Doan and a friend that he brought that's getting her real estate license. So I said, and they helped me clean up at night. So they were the last ones. So I said, "You guys still hungry?" Because they came in late and they didn't really have a lot of food left. And I said, "Well, are you guys hungry? We can go across the street at Yama." So that's what we did. So around midnight, we went across the street, and I was with these youngsters and just hanging out. And you know, but yeah, so it was good to just connect with people, and things like that. So another thing we had is yeah, just more stuff on Friday. So it was good. And going back to the stories, hearing people's stories was very powerful. If you missed it, Paul's going to do it again in August. So he's doing this monthly now, and I just felt like it was very powerful to hear people's stories, because sometimes we don't get that opportunity. um, so Faith in Real Estate, Wednesday and Thursdays, we have a what we call Fire Faith in Real Estate. If you're in a different market, I know Dora's out in McAllen. If you feel like, hey, I'm led to run a Faith in Real Estate prayer group, great, you can do that if you want to. Right? There's everything you see is duplicatable. Partners in Prosperity. Every month we have a happy hour networking events at in South Lake. So contact Lucia for that, as she's doing this monthly. You guys can do that too, or you guys can promote other people's events, invite people. The power of the invite. Every Friday we have coffee. Same thing. You can do that in your market, in your city. I know Plano is far for some of us. The reason why I show these events is you can duplicate these events. Creating the flyer, you can ask ChatGPT now. This was all through chat. So have just prompt it, it'll create the flyer for you, and then sometimes invites. Of course, this Friday, we aren't doing coffee. Um, if somebody is not going to the Bill conference in Dallas and they want to help host the coffee event, let me know so we can still continue it on, because it is on Eventbrite. There are new people that always show up. So if you are able to host that, let me know. There's a NARP event in Dallas on the 29th. and of course the Build Conference. So for those that are in Dallas, I highly recommend that you get your ticket there. If you need to figure that out, or just let me know. There is a promo code. Put Daniel. There's a discount for that Build Conference. If you're on the fence, let me just text me. Let me figure it out. Let's figure it out together. And also, I want you to invite guests. So, like Dora, you're not in McAllen. Guess what? You can't come to Dallas right now, but maybe you have somebody in Dallas that wants to attend. Dora can connect me with that agent. We can figure it out and invite them as a guest. The power of the invite.
Okay.
I'll be in Denver August 27, 26 for another Build conference. And we're going to do an event on Friday evening with Andy Lang and the group there just to reconnect with our Denver team. And of course, our big push after our Build conferences is going to be Salt Lake City. So make sure that you register or get yourself there. And like I said, if you're on the fence or trying to figure out budgets, talk to me. Let's figure it out. Let's maybe we get some sponsors. Get a title company to sponsor you, get a lender to sponsor you. There's so many ways you can do this because this is for your self development, self investment. Okay. And of course, Columbia and Calgary are next year, and these are places where we can find each other and connect. So, all right, now I see everyone's faces. So for those that don't have their cameras on, if you can turn on your camera. If you're working out, it's okay. We would love to see your beautiful faces. So typically I get Paul to kickstart the Monday call, and really appreciate his leadership. He's a angel sent to We Partners. That's how I look at him, because his knowledge, his experience, and not saying he's old, right? A lot of people say experience and not. No, it's because he's gone through it. And if you haven't met Paul or really know his story, get to know him. He's very, it's like an infectious, right? He has that personality. Uh, you want to hang out with and rub shoulders with this guy, Paul. So, Paul, take it away.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Real quick though, you said Dora, you're in McAllen, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, Dora, I had a team of a couple of hundred people in my old company in McAllen. I've always wanted to build in McAllen. If you want to build in McAllen, reach out to me. Let's talk how we can do that together.
Okay, definitely. What company was
Love
it?
it. We sold life insurance and annuities. It was my
Oh,
company.
okay.
Yeah. So I sold that, and God directed me towards Daniel Ing. And here I am doing real estate. So
Wow.
anyhow, would love to go. Would love to come to McAllen, Dora. I love that area. I love the people there. I spent a lot of
Yeah.
time. I ran a
And I'm
marathon. I ran y'all's marathon there, and I had 45 people on my team at the finish line. It was the coolest thing in the world. I mean, just y'all are such loving, caring people down there. It's great. I love it.
well, good. Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you about that. Maybe
Okay.
we can do something.
And tons of home cooked meals. I got fed a lot when I was down there. It was fun.
Yeah.
So thank you, Daniel, for that introduction. Man, wow. Yeah, we had a blast on Friday. It's a culture that we started creating in 2013 with everybody has a story. I just came out of alcoholism, and I realized my story on a deeper level. And then I realized, okay, wait a minute, maybe I'm judging people too hard because I don't know their story. And so we just developed this concept of everyone has a story, and we have to know to be a leader of leaders, you have to know people's story because you don't know why they make the decisions they make or why they do the things they do. And Daniel, I'm glad you said that. High eyes like me and Daniel, I'll tell you my story. I'm cool with it. But your S's and C's also want to be heard. They want to say their stories too. They really they want their stories to be heard. So we can't just dismiss them because they're a little harder to get their story out of them. That doesn't mean that they don't want to tell you. They want to tell you just as much as the I or the D. However, it just takes a deeper friendship, if you will, to get the people on the S and C side. So don't ever dismiss and say, well, they're S and C, so therefore I don't need another story because they don't want to tell me their story. No, they want to tell you their story. Everybody does. And there's ways to do it, and I can teach you that as well. But I'm excited. That was our second event that we've done. I've always in everything I've done, whether I built a business in San Antonio, McAllen, or wherever I went, Daniel, the second meeting always dropped, always dipped. The first meeting was always big because the excitement was there, and then the second one dipped. this one went up. I'm excited. I was really telling everybody around me, hey, expect a dip, expect a dip. It's going to happen. And that's going to be our baseline. Our baseline is going to be there. Our baseline is not from your first meeting. It never is. And thank y'all. The baseline was much higher. But I'm with Daniel on that. I love hearing people talk about where they've came from, what they've done, how they've done it. And it allows you as a leader to understand why they make decisions they make. We all make decisions based off what's happened to us, good or bad. Unfortunately, a lot are bad. We might procrastinate instead of calling a lead or calling someone that we know is selling a home or needs a buyer rep, and we procrastinate. And where does that procrastination come from? I can help identify that and then help you eliminate that, because that's the ultimate goal, is to eliminate those bad ones that are holding us back. We all have them. I don't care the most successful person. Daniel, as hard as he works, as much as he gives, as much as he loves, he still has some in his background that decide his decisions today that he has to fight. We all do it. And you need people in your corner that know what you fight so they can help you win those battles. So thank you, Daniel, Daniel, thank you for allowing me to come into this organization, because I asked you the day I met you, can I build the culture I want to build? And you said, go build it. I don't care. Please go build it. And I thank you for having that. That's not common, guys. It's not common. Usually you have a leader that says, no, you got to do everything we're doing or get the hell out. And Daniel's just an open book. He says, yeah, go build it. So last week was a huge victory for us, for sure. All the people there, all the smiling faces. We are doing it again August 21st. This will be a monthly deal. And then we're going to take it out. This, just like I did in my old business, I'm going to take it to the next city. I'm hoping McAllen's on that tour. San Antonio is definitely going to be part of that, as well as Houston, possibly Austin. And you never know where it takes you. But I want to do the same thing. I used to do 4 of these meetings a week and then fly home. It was great. And the culture we built, the love we built, the passion we built was so amazing. And it really just generated so much activity. Because at the end of the day, activity, if you tell me, hey, I'm broke, I'm not getting it, you got to, let's improve your activity. I can look at your calendar. Your activity needs to be improved. You need to talk to more people about buying, selling, and investing. So, man, thank y'all for those that showed up. We're going to make changes to it. Rick is going to be asking the 3 questions, the 4 questions next time. As y'all saw, I get too excited when I hear someone's story. Rick was like, you're not moving fast enough, Paul. You're not moving fast enough. And I was like, I get excited when they tell me something great in their story, and I can't let it go. He goes, I'm more of a robot. I'll take over. I said, you the man. I need you, man. I need you. God, I need you. We all need each other, by the way. We all need each other. So thank you, Daniel. I love you. I love what you've put together here. I love that you shared part of your. I'm going to share this with y'all. Daniel told Brandon Scribner a couple of weeks ago, hey, I told my dad how big the business is getting, and he was so excited. He was so happy. But that's not what moved Brandon. What moved Brandon was that he heard the excitement in Daniel's voice. Daniel was proud, because Daniel's building something outside of the family business. Daniel could have stayed building the same thing. He could have made a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He could have stayed there, but he decided, he chose the harder path. And Brandon could feel that excitement in Daniel's voice. And he called me up. He said, Paul, I finally get it. Now that I know a big why for Daniel, I want to work for that man. I want to give everything I can for that man. I want to help him get to 10,000. Let's help him get, what can we do? See, when you ask questions like that, your life changes. What can we do to help Daniel get to 10,000 people? So thank you for sharing your life with people, Daniel. It's going to impact a lot of people, my friend.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for kind words. And yeah, I mean, when I just showed my dad, like, I always show him like who comes in, just keep him updated. And, I told him that we're almost getting to getting to 400 people, and then how, and he just smiles, and that really just shows him that, he knows that I'm doing something, it's growing. And, the people business is hard, right? Managing and talking to people, and it's not an easy task. But we are in sales at the same time as with what Paul's doing and sharing stories was very powerful. It really hit me this week when I was there and listening to other people. I had one of my co-sponsees up there, and I didn't recognize her because I haven't seen them for a while, and they were up there. I'm like, wait, that's someone that I co-sponsored, and sharing her story, and not knowing that her husband passed in the line of duty, things like that. And like, it just made me feel like I'm not connecting with my people, that we're coming together and, the why. And so it really made me think. And then that night I saw someone else's IG, same thing, like her father passed. And, the reason why she is the way she is, because she had to work her butt off and she has this front. And now I know why. And it's just like, man, and you can't judge someone by their cover, book by the cover. So the inside's very important. And I hope that as we continue to grow our organization, to learn more of each other, learn more of our stories, because in the reality, so a lot of agents feel like, oh, I need to learn how to do like, especially new agents, MLS, all this. There's so much training on that. Go to those trainings. We're not here for that. EXP has so much stuff already. There's so much training. If you're not getting on those calls, you got to think about, why aren't you motivating yourself to get on those trainings, right? Our focus is the people internally, right? And yes, we have motivation. We're here to help each other. There are different things, but at the same time, as you are in this business, you chose this career. You went to real estate school, all right? And we're going to guide you. We have checklists. We have all those things, but you also have to show up 50, it's not 50%, not 1 foot in, it's both foot in, right? So I appreciate Paul for that. And for those that are new in the organization, welcome. We have a lot of new people this month. And then I know August, there's going to be a big inflow of people, September as well, October. We are going to hit our 400 mark in no time. And, at the same time with production's up. Market has changed, shifted as well. But, I've seen production numbers come up for the past 2 months. So on and off, right? There's always going to be ups and downs in our market in real estate, but what doesn't change is us. We continue to grow, we continue to support. So Peggy, take it away. Thank you for hosting the karaoke.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, it wasn't a Friday, it was a Friday, because let me tell you, with Paul's event was insane. It was so great. And I've been here for a hot minute. I got to meet some people that I didn't know. And actually Paul was the one that brought me in from a phone call on an ad he placed for a class at the office. And then I met Daniel, and then I was like, how fast can I switch brokerages? And he's like, we can do it right now. I'm like, okay. Best decision I ever made, for sure. I mean, huge shout out to Daniel for creating a space where people can come together and build relationships and have fun doing it in a safe space. I mean, there's no gatekeeping here. Everybody's looking out for everybody. Your leadership and heart, Daniel, are what make this group so special. And your leadership team, Paul and Calvin and everybody we're all leaders, right? And I'm just grateful to be a part of that group. So we did have our karaoke event on Friday night. It went so, so well. I've never had so many people come up to me and go, when are you going to have the next one? And one of my attendees that I invited, she runs a nonprofit here in Dallas and works with immigrants and refugees and all, big diversity of people. And at one point she walked up to me and she had tears in her eyes. And I was like, Shannon, are you okay? And she goes, no, I'm just looking around at all of these successful people. And like, if my kids could see how successful you can be, no matter what color you are or where you're from or what you're doing. And I said, well, you know what? Everybody here has a servant's heart. So I'm sure if you have an event or you need a speaker, you got a room full of them. And I meant that. So, and for our event on Friday, thank you everybody who pitched in to help. Whether you welcome guests or brought a sponsor or help behind the scenes or just simply showed up with a smile, you made the evening what it was. I mean, it was definitely, that's one of the things I love the most about this community. We all work together to create something bigger than ourselves. And we're doing just that. Teresa, shout out. Thank you for bringing your sponsor. She was wonderful. And we were so glad that you both joined us. I mean, the room was filled with laughter and music and conversation and new connections. And I just could not be more proud. So, and we're going to do it again. We've already got plans in the works and we're refining it as we go, because we're not just having a karaoke event. We are building a community of people that support each other and care about each other and will contribute to each other's events. So I'm super excited about this week. If you guys are out and about, uniting people with music is just a dream of mine. So it feeds into that for me as well. And now that I see the good it really is doing, I am very excited about it. So Tuesday at the Toyota Music Factory, I'm actually going to be performing it starts at 7. Not sure what time my performance is, but there's a restaurant called the Reservoir that's at the Irving Pavilion, which is where this is, and it has a covered patio. It has fans and it has misters, so you don't have to sit out in the heat. But if you want to come see a bunch of great music, come on by. And anybody, reach out to me if you need anything. We've got a lot of volunteer opportunities. We have some opportunities. Tina will tell you more about that, but Build is coming up this Friday. If you can make it, you should definitely make it. I mean, it's amazing. So I'll just say it's amazing all day long. So I'm going to let you guys finish doing, but thank you all. That event was amazing, and I'm so grateful to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Paul, I'm going to have you host. I'm going to head out for my meeting. You guys have a great Monday. Please DM me if you are on the fence for Build and trying to figure all that what that conference is about. Debbie, we're going to see Debbie coming up from Austin. We're going to see Erica coming up from Houston, and Debbie might bring some people. Also, if you have people in Austin that need a carpool or figure out, I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. So you guys have a great week. Continue on. Rashada, thank you for your hosting that event. I got 2 of your guests that are coming. I need to follow up with the third or fourth person. So, all right, we'll see you guys. You guys have
Before
a
you
great
go,
day.
yes,
Okay?
thank you very
Yes,
much for your support. I appreciate you.
no problem. Thank you. Bye, guys. You
Daniel.
guys continue on.
All right, Rashada, let it rip, girl.
Good morning, y'all. Hope you all having a good morning. I started mine out with the workout. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
There you go.
Yes, so still haven't stopped sweating. But thank you, God. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for Daniel as well for being so supportive and bringing community together. He showed up at my CE class. It was very successful, had lots of agents show up. We learned a lot. We had lunch, we networked. And as you heard, I may have someone come into the Build conference. So hopefully a new team member. Yay! Yay!
Good job.
And the other win was the great karaoke and the fun that we had and the connections that I made there. Thank you so much, Peggy. It was a blast. And I just look forward to more events like that and building this community. You all have a blessed and productive day.
Thank you, Rashada, and thank you for your positivity and smile and inspiring everybody. Tina, you said you had a hard stop. Did you want to say anything, Tina, before you rolled?
Yeah, I just want to do a plug again for Build 2026. It's this Friday and Saturday. See the link in the chat to register, you guys. You can either use the promo code Daniel or Tina to get in. We are looking for a few volunteers Thursday from 12 to 5 to help set up the facility for the event and or for registration on Friday. You'd have to be there at 7:30 on Friday morning. But if you can't do that, you guys truly invest in your business and be here. We have people coming in from not just the Metroplex, but from all around the US. Some very, very heavy hitters. And, they say big things happen at big events and grow your business. I love putting myself in a position where I'm in a room where people have come and gone before me and they're doing greater and bigger things than I have because it continually elevates my business, my mindset, my growth, and you network with so many people. So mark your calendar, make it happen. Even if you can't come to the whole thing, come to what you can, get registered. We'll see you this weekend at Build.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for always keeping us on track, as always. If Tina and I were to set up a marathon and call people out to run a marathon, I'd call everybody out to get excited to run. I'd be fired up. And Tina would say, hey, we probably ought to bring some water. We probably ought to bring a few things so everyone doesn't die. So she keeps us from dying. That's what she really does a good job that way. I'm excited. I get fired up. I'm like, let's do it. And then Tina's like, hey, why don't we save some lives? So thank you, Tina, for keeping us on track. Rashada Brittany just asked you a question. You might want to go to your chats and make sure you got that. Teresa, talk to us, young lady.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad to see everyone's faces. And thanks, Peggy, for mentioning about our sponsor Friday. I was so excited to see the event. It was wonderful. And I know Friday was literally a packed Friday from morning to noon to training at Paul's place. And I had like 3 new listings. So this weekend was crazy. I had out of town guests and also all the events that we have. So this is a part of being we partner networks. So we just love all the events and we love to connect. This is our business, our real estate business. It's about connections. It's about relationship. So I'm so glad to see so many people. I feel like I saw so many people that I've never seen before on Friday. It was all the new faces. So we're so excited, and thanks to Peggy and Peter and the other gentleman. Oh my God, I forgot his name. And all the new faces coming up, and I met so many people. I asked them, "Oh, what's your name?" And it was so loud, and now I can't even remember.
It's Antoine.
Antoine, that's
Yeah.
right, that's right. And there's so many other people, so I'm so happy. Again, I'm always forward to meeting new people, making new connections. I just want to bring up one thing that I actually have a new listing that's a very unique property with a 25-acre of land and a 7 already built a beautiful camping site. It's called a glamping that has already air conditioned and all improved inside. It looks beautiful. It's been running for Airbnb for 3 years. It's actually close to Marble Falls. I don't know if you know that place. It's kind of between Austin and Temple. Beautiful place out there, and it just came on the market this weekend. It can be used for a business or a commercial, or even for further development for your own little your retreat for your own family, and running a little bit business. So it's absolutely a one of a kind of property. If you have anyone, if you know anyone, or if yourself are interested, please connect with me and let me know. And I'm actually heading out there this week to take more videos and shots. And we already have a plan, have a website. They have a website for reservations. They've been running business for 3 years. So it's an awesome, awesome property. Let me know if you're interested or anyone who's interested. And go out and make more business this week. Happy Monday.
I like it. We're going to make more money. More money. Making money is fun. That was our statement back in our old business. Making money is fun. We always had making money is fun. Making money is fun. Okay, we have the warrioress, the princess, also known as Denise, also known as the overcomer, also known as Phoebe. Take it away, girl. Here, I'll unmute you all. Let me see if I can do it for you. Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So some of my wins for the week, I have a Valley View listing that I just posted. And the other one is my house is almost done being staged. So we'll go live with it this Wednesday. I picked up 2 new buyer clients this Friday during the event. And also I have 2 new commercial clients. So I'm representing someone from China. That's exciting. And then my other commercial client that I got is looking for a restaurant. He's Arabic. And the one from China, this is crazy. This was passed on to me by my sister-in-law. It's her boss. And he's looking to expand offices in multiple states for his business. So I'm really excited. God has been really, really good to me. Like I told Paul, every time I feel like, oh my God, how am I going to do it for me and my kids? Something always comes up. So just very grateful, guys. And I love you all. And thank you all for the love and support.
Yeah, we love you, and thank you for sharing your story. We will have that on recording for everybody that was not able to be there to hear her share her story. It's definitely touching. And I'm going to talk to the brand new people right now. If you're brand new, I need you to hear me. Do what Phoebe, do what Denise is doing. it's all about activity. She reminds me a lot of people that succeed. She goes out, she gets a listing. She says, hey, 'cause I'm her mentor. She gets a listing. Everything's ready. She's set up, Brittany. She goes, hey, I need a sign. Don't worry, I got a sign for you. You see, you just don't worry about all the stupid small stuff. You just go, right? You just go. As opposed to, well, I got to get my business card. I got to get my website. I got to make sure I know how to do this. I got to make sure I know how to do that. I'm telling you, the secret to success is what she's doing. And that's just going. And then things are going to, oh, crap, I don't have this. Oh, crap, I don't have that. Don't worry. Someone's going to give it, especially with this team, this culture, this environment that Daniel has created. Someone's going to be here to help you. You know, she called me up and says, hey, I don't have a sign. Don't worry. I got a sign. We're good. You know, not, well, you need to order a sign. You should have ordered a sign first. No, go screw things up quick and let us pick up the pieces and help. That's what everybody here is here to do. Instead of trying to get everything. I love when people say, I'm going to get my ducks in a row. I'm 56 years old. My ducks are so jacked up. They'll never be in a row, man. Some of them are on cocaine. Some of them are on ecstasy. Some of them are drunk. I mean, it's a messed up bunch of ducks I got in my row. I don't want to wait for them all to get in a line. They ain't going to get in a line, right? And so just go. So that's just all the new people. I just wanted to say that. If you're brand new, this is the place to be because everyone's going to lift you up. I know Peter's doing amazing jobs with Denise as well, but you got to create the activity. Someone will say to me, Dora, well, no one's helping me. You ain't doing nothing. If you're not doing, I'm not talking about you, Dora, but if you ain't doing nothing, no one can help you. There's nothing to help. But if you go create something and do something, do a mess, then okay, cool. Now we can help. So love you guys. Thank y'all. And Laura, thank you for saying that. Laura said, thank y'all thank you everybody for saying your wins today that said your wins. It's important for us to hear them. Someone needs to hear that you had a victory this week. So they're thinking about quitting. They're thinking about maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. But they hear one of you guys speak. So I encourage everybody next week. Think of a win you can give us, okay? Love you guys. Go get yours. I'm getting mine. Adios.